What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Skeme is back with his third installment of Ingleworld, and this is his second project of the year. Earlier this year, he delivered Ingleworld 2, and the project is really good. I feel like with every Ingleworld, Skeme shows improvement. The first one came out, I believe it was December 2013. Then he took off, most of 2014 to, kind of ghostwrite for others. And then he came back and did Ingleworld 2 and Ingleworld 3. And I feel like each one just got progressively better. You can definitely see like a huge difference between 1 and 3, because 1 was kind of like, Skeme has his own sound. You know what he's going to rap about. Money, cars, like a flashy lifestyle, the streets, stuff of that nature. All that's in that field. But I don't remember anything on the first installment that really took a risk. So when he took that year off to kind of ghostwrite for other people and he came back, I feel like he started to experiment a lot more. It's still the same sound, or not this. It's still the sound that Skeme is known for, but it's more experimental. Like a record like Cake. Cake doesn't sound like something Skeme would have made a long time ago, because you can hear like a little bit of influences from like maybe like a Young Thug, I guess. Like he's switching up his voice and the flow, the cadences of that, and I feel like it's really good to see, because there's only so much you can do when you're in when you put yourself in a particular lane. So it becomes hard for you to keep being innovative and being creative. And don't get me wrong, Ingleworld 3 definitely has its faults. One of the records I didn't like was Lucci. It's another record about money, but we already have a good record like Cake in the first half, so I really didn't need Lucci in the second half. And like I said, I think, and this is a problem that I think affects a lot of albums, I feel like I've been talking about lately, is that the second half is always weaker than the first half. The first half is like, it has to be good because you want to draw in your listeners, but at the same time, you don't want them to like feel like they don't want to listen to the rest of the album. Once they get to a certain point, they're like, okay, this is not good records. But I gotta say, it ends on a high note, because Walk With Me might be one of the deepest records that Skeme has put out in a while. So at least he got that right. The last thing I didn't like about the album is that the sequencing, like, it leaves like these long silences after the songs. Like, I was just like, at one point I was listening to it on my iPod, and then I pull out my iPod, one song is still going, it's maybe like 10 seconds or more of silence, and I was like, okay, is the album done at this point? So I had to pull out my iPod to see, but it wasn't. It was just a long pause, and I just really didn't care for that. I don't think that works on any scale. Definitely the sequencing could have been a little bit better in that spectrum. But I got 3 questions for you guys. Do you think Skeme has achieved a 3-peat with the Ingleworld series? And I gotta say, I think he did, because everyone, like I said, he got better with each installment. And I think there's definitely some records, like if you can combine them, there's definitely some records that are better than others that I would put, like if I was doing a best of Ingleworld tape, I would there's some that I would leave off, but it would probably be at least like almost 30 songs. And that's probably almost as much as, you combine them. I think total there's probably like maybe 40, 45-ish songs total. So if you combine all those and then, made a best of, and you have 30, that's more than half of, the records being great. Second question, what song was your favorite? Simple. Let me answer that question again with my 4. We Against the World Again, the intro, Cake, Dirty, and Walk With Me. Those are my 4 favorites. And lastly, which Ingleworld is your favorite? Is it 3, 2, or 1? Let me know in the comment section below. Skeme has done a lot that a lot of artists can't do with the series. He came through with 3 good installments, and he's gotten progressively better every time. And I can see it's evident on, listening to him in order. He's comfortable making the music that he wants, but he's also experimenting, which is great to see and hear, and it's working. So definitely go pick up Ingleworld 3 on iTunes, on Amazon, wherever you can find it. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.